that leaves the final best of 3 of the day here between Horrible Will and Sacco. Lots and lots on the line. Whoever wins will make it through and join Blue Hair, who qualified earlier. And whoever loses, sadly, will be out. It'll have been a decently long journey, an even longer one for Sacco if he happens to lose. I mean, we won't want to think about it, but everything can happen.
Indeed. Do you think Sacco just, lost the games that he lost today for content? Because I feel like he's absolutely maximized content.
I don't know, man. I mean, I would respect the balls to do that, but oof. Like, that is cutting it awfully close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of kidding, but like at the same time, like I don't know. I feel like Scion low-key did that in the Mag 100 with the Abyss against Flower Fairy. And pulled it off too. Like he actually did advance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's actually a good callback.
All right. Well, Horrible Will.
The heat maps.
The heat maps, though, dude. It's the weirdest.
My favorite unit is Hacker. Oh my god. And his favorite specialist, Farseer. I like. What is that profile pic even meant to represent at this stage anymore?
Yeah, I know, right? There's a weird mismatch with the profile pictures, man. Like we got like a raccoon instead of the corgi, man. Like they gotta fix their.
Yeah, he was trying to bamboozle us, but we all know. We saw through his raccoony tricks.
Indeed. Well, this is gonna be an interesting game for sure.
Benevolence and Justice. I just read that. What the?
I know. I was talking about this a little bit, but like he has a weird translation for like not only his name but his text below his profile picture. It's like the person who dies first. It's like all this like honor stuff. But anyways, we're getting into it, guys. Game 1 between Sacco and Horrible Will. It's a best of 3. Whoever wins this will be moving on to the round of 8. And unfortunately, the loser will be eliminated. Now, it's going to be giant spec here for Horrible Will. Sacco's got some marksman options here. Kind of tanky units, if I'm being honest. And speaking of tankiness, goes for the Fortified. Now, for me, it's not the most impressive specialist. Especially in Standard, I feel. It is good with sledgehammers. The marksmans don't really care at all. And being up against Giant here. Giant, of course, is really good in Standard. We know Horrible Will likes his Vulcans. We saw that earlier with the Ignite play. We saw some boat action for him as well. He used that to close out I believe it was the first game of the day, and then lost with it, unfortunately, earlier against Blue Hair. So I imagine we have a pretty tame start here until the Giants come out. We'll have to see if we get early unit reinforcements or not. For this first round, I imagine Sacco is slightly favored here. He does have the Fortified Specialist bonus, whereas, of course, there are no Giants on the field, and these sledges will just be a little bit more tanky.
So relatively tame first game here between the two.
Yeah, and what are the health totals at here? Much higher than most of the games we've had today. So this one could really go long. Now, there is Giant Specialist for Horrible Will, so I suppose, the heat can really turn up later, but we'll have to see.
Do you think that this is going to be a worm game?
I think it's very possible. Like, they're good against, everything so far, right? Good against sledges, good against marksmen.
I feel like it's almost an inevitability at the high MMRs when you've got this type of marksman there.
Yeah, another thing he could do is just go for that Vulcan line once again. Obviously, it doesn't need the Ignite part of it, but just, simply Vulcan marksman. Really good comp.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I guess I'm more so thinking about Sacco. I don't know. I know that he's been playing more Standard, but I also think that he's always been more willing to deviate from the mirror. So,
yeah.
As much as I can see Horrible Will play a Vulcan here, I'm not sure if I can see Sacco kind of going for the same thing.
Yeah, what else does he like to play in Standard? I actually don't know his Standard play patterns too much nowadays.
I think it's mostly. I mean, we did see the Hound Phoenix thing, which he's had some success with, but
Yeah.
can't say I've seen much either. Using into him, very capable defender, but it's got to be
Yeah,
one
for
of the
sure.
first games where I see both players long range. Wow, and more sledges picked up.
A little surprising to me. I suppose sledges are helpful for giant compositions. He is a giant specialist, so you could be thinking about boats, for example, Raidens. They sit nicely behind those sledgehammers.
Also, Sledgehammer is just a good early game unit typically. Like
Yeah.
the marksman at same level need 2 shots per sledge. That's 10 per pack. It just
Yeah.
takes an awful long time. And they're good against storms as well, which often will end up showing.
Yeah, I wonder if the third one means a fourth one will coming. I kind of doubt it though, because we know Horrible Will is all about that asymmetry, so that's probably
Very
already.
true. Yeah, it might just be the setup here for the left side push.
Yep.
Well, the round goes to Sacco again, though. He's been farming well. His marksmen take a level, both of them. We get a heavy armor on the sledgehammer.
Whoa. There was an improved boat. He just skipped over that like it was nothing. He's a giant specialist, and he's got the boats already, the sledges already.
Yeah, but his boat adventure earlier today didn't really go that well.
Indeed.
Might
Well,
still have some, some regrets there.
Vulcan it is.
So interesting, we get Sacco to level his sledge and use the heavy armor there, whereas Horrible Will just kind of abandons the sledgehammers and goes into the giant immediately.
Yeah, funnily enough, the sledges actually have more HP than the Vulcan. I suppose, like, once you sum them, of course. I suppose he has fortified spec, so that does help a little bit.
We also get Stormcallers on the outside, not completely unexpected. One of them is aiming at those sledgehammers that were added next turn or last turn, and then the other one should help out against this tanky Vulcan.
Yeah, I mean, going up against a giant spec makes a lot of sense to buy storms. Looks like he wasn't phased by the improved Overlord because, yeah, buying storms won't help you very much.
And also he has like the 2 leveled marksman, right? So
yeah,
the damage is there, anti-air is available. But man, this Vulcan is doing a great job.
Yeah,
Still
I mean,
tanking. Will eventually fall, but it'll have taken so long that Horrible Will does take the round.
for sure. I mean, that bodes well for Horrible Will in this first game here. Like, getting an early Vulcan with an item and winning rounds the turn you buy it, it's gotta feel good.
And is there anything in here that helps? Okay, low-key
Scorps?
is like Scorp Siege.
I mean, even if you don't siege, it's like kind of a playable standard unit, but siege would be probably
Is
this.
it?
I don't know. I think it is.
I feel
It's
like
not the-
if without Siege, it's like unplayable. But
Well, I
especially
think it
into like high-level
depends.
marksman.
Yes. I think it's quite bad into marksman. I have to agree there. But like, not every standard game is the same, right? So I just didn't want to like profile them as like bad just because marksmen are common.
No, I hear you.
All right. But yeah, siege
Pulling
makes
the
them...
nuance card on me, huh?
I know, right?
It's all about the nuance. It
Moving
depends.
the goalpost.
Gotta look at the board state.
Well, he goes for
Well,
it.
with the yeah, both of them do. I mean, with the
Both of
positioning
them.
though, from those scorpions from Horrible Will, surely that's a siege mode, no?
I have to agree with you. Wow. That's pretty cool. And not the case for Sacco, you would imagine, right?
He does have it on the bar.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably still pickable. I mean, when you click that plus range, your scorpions don't ever move again, so...
Dude, this board from Horrible Will, he's got a worm, he's got a scorpion, Vulcan.
Yeah,
he is mixing it up.
This is just like, I don't know. For anyone who's ever like watched Horrible Will through like the past year and a half, like it's just him. Like you just recognize the board instantly.
His boards are always menageries of just like so many different things in such weird positions too.
Yeah.
That
Very
fire,
nice
though,
use of the oil, though.
pretty good. Burning
Even
up a
using the
lot of
Vulcan
stuff.
to light it on fire.
Yep, got the tanky sledge still, although it's getting quite low. We have a Scorp left. Oh, it dies to the enemy Scorp, though. Really unfortunate there. But yeah, still huge round win here.
Yeah, wow. And that worm really didn't do much. Of course, there was
Yeah.
oil in play there, but even without it,
Yeah.
it looked really good.
Another heavy armor. Horrible Will says, yes, please. And I have to say, that is the best card offered there, value-wise. So Sako going to pick it up too. He doesn't have a good target for it, though. Do you, like, buy a blue Scorpion to not feel bad about putting it on something white?
I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. I mean, either way, now with the range on the Scorpions, he's not going to have the money, so it is going to find its way onto a newly bought Scorpion on the right side. It's going to try and contest that Vulcan and the Sandworm that now has a heavy armor itself.
Yeah, pretty scary. But when you have this many Scorps, you should feel all right against the Worm. Obviously, the Worm is, like, not permanent by any means. He is a giant specialist, so... Okay, there is the siege mode. It has begun.
Has been clicked.
Do you click it back as Sako on the following round? Like, how does that matchup play out in your head?
I don't know. That's honestly something, like, I am not a big score player, even less so a siege mode player. So I've wanted to try it a bunch of times. I just never seem to find this type of board state. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see. Of course, the damage reduction is really low, and I think whenever you click siege mode, you do become more vulnerable again to something like Worm, because it can kind of dive underneath your gun line.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know,
I
it's
guess we'll
gonna
have
be
to
tricky.
see. These are the experts. We'll have to see what they do. The oil looking pretty nasty. Could, like, hot dog it on the next round. I guess he has Vulcan, so he doesn't need to hot dog. Storms will all burn up. That'll be pretty powerful. And Sako, will he even get the round here at all? I don't think so.
It's close, but there doesn't seem to be enough damage for to kill these Scorpions, so yeah. Triple Siege Mode Scorpion survives. That's 900 damage. Nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. Okay, do these help? What do we need here?
I don't know. Phantom Ray doesn't really seem pickable into the high-level marksman, but as I say that, Horrible Will picks them.
It's not even the best
I guess if you stack
sell.
them, it's fine.
Like, Typhoon's tied. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, Quad Hound is 4 deployments, but
Indeed, yeah.
gonna be this Saber instead.
So you're keeping that Saber because it was not the best sell. It was suboptimal by 100, I believe.
Yeah, so what this does allow you to do potentially is click Siege Mode and be less scared of, like, a Worm commit in a way. Because that's what I would be afraid of. Is, like, I click Siege Mode and then my opponent just, like, starts spamming Worms. And suddenly my board is, like, much worse against the Worm than it was before. But with the high-level Saber, that's not as much of a threat. And yeah, that is exactly what's going to happen. Okay.
Okay, cool. Now, we did unlock Abyss here for Horrible Will. Just saying. Just saying, guys.
Now, has he unlocked it because he wants to block it?
Yeah, he's afraid of
a
it.
unit
It's
drop.
a scary unit,
Yeah.
you know?
Surely. It is
Surely.
quite good into Scorpion.
Yeah. Good DPS against it. There's the burn.
Ooh.
Storm's sitting outside, though. That's nice. Don't think it matters too much, though.
Yeah. I am kind of happy that we get to see Siege Mode Scorpion, because it is kind of fun to watch the energy balls or whatever they are just travel across the field.
It is pretty satisfying. I mean, this Saber is looking pretty smart right now, if you ask me. I'm not sure if it has much longevity. If, say, for example, like Acid comes out, since you are basically relying on its big health pool and not really, you know, it's like its damage profile or anything like that, so...
Yeah. I mean, I have to imagine Acid will be clicked at some point, but have a look at this end game. Or
I know,
round.
right? Should be... Oh, wait. Is that a heavy armor? Yeah.
Insane.
Okay, well, I don't know who's sitting in a better position, but, like, I feel like Giant Specialist
Neither
is
do
so
I.
nice in a game like this. Like, does Fortify Spec do much?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, fortified spec is, I guess, yeah, you just usually have a decent amount of hit points to start with, and it helps somewhat in mirrors. But
Yeah.
although the giant spec probably will start falling off now as well, because you've seen
Mm.
most giants.
Yeah, perhaps. Still gives you like insane flexibility, but
I wonder if he's gonna go into worm now, because I don't really see what else you do. Or
yeah.
double down into siege mode corpse and click acid, but
These set of cards, by the way, are extremely interesting. Like tank production, it's just great long-term power there. Quick cooldown was actually picked by both players there. But like nano was interesting too. I've already forgotten the fourth option, but like that was a cool. Oh, it was EMP blast. Yeah, really interesting stuff there. They took their time too.
interesting that both of them did pick the quick cooldown. I mean, I know they have the missile strike and the sticky oil, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like usually you pick this when like it's a little bit earlier in terms of rounds, so you have more time to pick up spells, or you already have a couple more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just really
Wow.
think that the oil is that good. That's my read.
And I wasn't expecting to see the boats. I mean, it's good into Scorp, but could be
There's marksman.
problematic into the marksman.
Yeah, I mean, he's committed now, right? Like he teched them. There's two of them. Hard to sell out. So if
I mean,
Sako can hold on,
he has like positioned them on the left side of the board, and there's only one marksman there that's kind of walking into its death now. We'll soon get locked, I think, as I say that. The Wasps are saving it for now, but it is very much on the front lines and will now go down to an energy bowling ball.
indeed, we have two marks on the right. I mean, if he loses the round to those boats, that's 800. That's not insignificant. He also still has to win the ground battle, which honestly looks great. He's kind of crushing the ground, man. The marksmen are coming in, shooting the sky, first taking care of the phantom rays, now going onto the boats, both alive, sitting safely outside the fire. And maybe another boat disaster for Horrible Will, should he take off all the techs like Woot does.
Well, Woot
Not
doesn't
on
take them all
boat,
off,
but
but not on boat. But yeah.
you know what
I
I
don't
mean.
know. It's a tricky one here. Like losing that round when you're somewhat hoping for a surprise win has got to feel bad, because Saka only had 3 marksmen unteched, and you're gonna be sure that there's gonna be more with techs this round.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, what did he just buy? Hide panel.
He went for his own boats?
Guys, I am shocked. He paid money for that. It's not like he's a giant spec and like he already had marksman. Okay, he's got to be feeling a spicy play here. What he's thinking is,
What?
I want to close up the game. My opponent has 1100 HP. He is asymmetrical on the left side. I can just get his tower, summon a bunch of wasps that counter his whole board. Let's see if it works out. Boats might just be the throwiest unit of all time.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting this. I can see it though.
Yeah,
Shielded
yeah.
Wasp is very good against that board. And
Shield
I mean,
wasp, you're
triple
summoning
boats
them.
just yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to deal with.
This is such a cool line too, because both players have recognized that scorpions are like the king of the ground, and anything you buy in the ground just feels bad, right? Like the splash is huge, the range is immense, so they're like, let's go in the sky. I mean, Sako was like winning the ground so hard that I felt that he could continue with the marksman plan, but he might just be onto something, that this was just a win better move.
Oh wait, we've got Wasp spawn on the other side as well? What is going on?
Yeah, this is crazy, but I'm feeling Sako on this one. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, his Wasps are shielded and he has 2 more packs coming in from the back. But let's see. The oil is back, so there is not going to be any chaff. This marksman on the middle is actually standing inside of it, so that'll burn.
Yeah, I mean, one boat falls to the other boat. That doesn't feel good. We need to summon more wasps. We need to kill the fangs.
Dead.
Yeah.
And the boats are also dying.
And how much damage is this? Because I don't think Sako's got this round anymore.
I mean, he's gonna live, at the very least.
Not a single boat killed of Horrible Wills. Guys, our
Okay,
boat's
but
the
now,
throwiest unit of all time.
yeah, I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to even commentate right now. Like, this is crazy. What does he do now? Does he beacon left instead of right? You got to keep up the mind games, I feel. You have really exposed overlords. Like, sure, you summon Wasp. That protects you a little bit. Yeah, he's beaconing left. Such brittle units here.
But the ball is back in Horrible Will's court now, because he's seen the boat stuff. And he's clicked
Yeah.
wasps, but he hasn't teched them yet. So, like, he could potentially go for, I don't know, like an AA wasp play even to try and clear the shielded wasps.
Yeah, for sure. We've got parity on the text, by the way. Parity on the spells as well. Honestly, turned into a really mirrored game if you think about it. Like, the primary difference is just like one dude had a Vulcan. I mean, one dude has Vulcans, the other doesn't. What a crazy game. Okay, now there's no longer tech parity. We got the overload here. That's going to reduce the range, but the DPS is going to go up dramatically.
And this is going to be, I mean, it's do or die here. Surely one of the players gets taken out with this many giants on the board. But it's hard to say what's going to happen. Just more boats picked up for both players. Overload, in fact, for Horrible Will.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to call who is ahead here. I feel like, do you think the launcher was good for Horrible Will? I think it's good, right?
I mean, it's like a really, really good tech. Like, you just double your attack speed. It
Yeah,
has
I
to
don't
be
think
useful.
I think so too. I feel like probably Horrible Will's got this, unfortunately. But I mean, we'll see. Anything can happen in these boat mirrors here.
Dealing with the wasps.
We
Will the
summon
boats get to
more.
lock on? Oh, that... the wasp spawn wasn't the worst for
Dude,
Horrible
the
Will.
timing was so good here for Sako on the Wasp summon.
Yeah, but the right tower is unleveled, so that'll go down. And as that happens,
Yeah.
9 seconds to debuff, suddenly all of the giants come falling down on Sako, and yeah, minus 3k hit points there on round 9. Horrible Will
Yeah.
taking game 1.
He's not going to be happy about that one. Like, that is not a feel-good loss. Not that any loss is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we both kind of didn't expect that play to happen, right? So it really was like that both gut shot that felt maybe, I don't know, like desperate. It felt like he was in a good spot there, but yeah, this could go out of hand, and it sadly did. Where, I don't know, you probably could try the same thing and buy like triple blue wasp range AA or something if you really want to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
would have.
Or you go
I
into
just
marksman.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like he was winning the ground, right? Like, he just crushed the previous round simply with marksman, by the way. So you would think, okay, I won the ground and marksmen were sufficient before I even attacked them. Let's buy more marksmen.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously very afraid of, you know, the potential for boats to scale, for wasps to come out, and with Scorps on the ground and fire everywhere, you know. I do get it. I do get it.
Well, the good thing here, if you're Sako, is that it is still a best of 3.
Mm-hmm.
And these type of games happen. That's why these are best of 3s, to give the players consistency. So let's see if Sako can find that consistency yet again in the second game. We'll have to if he doesn't want to get taken out. And I think, well, even though we're casters, we all know that we kind of want Sako to go through here. And I'm sure there are a lot of viewers would agree with that sentiment as well. So let's try and give him as much energy as possible.
Of course, of course. I mean, the one thing I will say, silver lining, fortified spec, not a great spec. Like, really, especially in standard. Like, he was unfavored from the get-go. I feel like Horrible Will made tons of profit from his giant spec. I mean, even if, you know, not all the giants looked good, he made money, you know. And I don't think a little bit of HP here and there, especially in the late game with fire and all of that, was very helpful. Let's get Sako a better pack here. Let's get a win on the board here and get a long series.
Oh, it has to go to at least game 3.
Right? Come on. Please don't go out 0-2.
Just no wacky boat plays.
Yeah. Keep your finger away from the boat button. I mean, at least for Horrible Will's sake, he got a win with it, because I was really worried that it was just like a throw button for him. But maybe it was, and Sako just reverse throw. I don't know. We'll never know. But this is what I love about this format, though. Like, these elimination best of threes are so exciting, so dramatic, and so sweaty. Like, the players' adrenaline levels must be off the charts. I feel like it's a big blast to watch these type of games. And I mean, hey, we got a lot of Sako today as a result of this format, so I'm not complaining.
Oh, I'm with you. I just want to see more of Sako.
Indeed. Round of 8, please. No bias. Kappa.
No bias. Also, is it the first time that we've seen someone say cost control is their favorite?
I feel like it is. It's, I don't know, like, it doesn't feel good to have weak units, you know? So, like, not many people really favor it.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have taken him to be more of a giant spec enjoyer, but
Yeah,
cost control is an interesting one.
for sure. I feel like most people just, like, choose the 300 cost. Or at least, like, one of the specialists that, like, has a unit, you know?
Yeah, like Sako, but he's changed the good old blue rhino spec for the filthy Farseer.
Indeed. How could you? The Rhino's still better. It's so OP.
Yeah, rhino spec is great. 4, 3, 2. All right, well, here we go. 10 seconds and we'll be in our next game. It's do or die for Sako. His opponent, Horrible Will. Let's have a look at these packs.
Indeed. Well, we have an elite spec without chaff. I don't think he's ever picking that one. Kind of has like aggressive packs unless he wants the Fire Badger, which is my expectation for him to pick. But Marksman spec, honestly, yeah, okay. He's gonna do balls on standard again. I think he just like doesn't mind it at all.
And we have Ball Fang on the other side with 5,600 hit points.
Dang. Okay. Aerial spec once again. He's trying to throw with boats. Kappa. Standard balls
is
it
it
is.
going to be standard?
Standard. I mean, with
And
Horrible,
it's Horrible
Will,
so surely it's ASIM,
Yeah.
ASIM as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it probably will be ASIM. Like, you could put your balls in the same, or on opposite sides as Sako, but he hasn't done it in the past. He likes to do this. Headbutt. Would you call us a headbutt? Standard headbutt.
Standard headbutt. I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is it?
Yeah. What's like a long range headbutt? What do you call that?
I don't know. We'll have to come up with a good name. Maybe chat can help us out.
Indeed. Well, crawlers versus fangs. What is superior?
And one more Arclight for Sako.
True. Ooh. The ball beat the other ball in the middle. Very sad.
Steel ball locks are pretty even, but it seems to be winning for Sako for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, no, he should win here. Just about.
Yeah,
he has the one more Arclight. It does matter.
Yeah, what's the health on this left guy? I guess I can click it. Oh, it's full
health.
Okay.
Well, unless they're just gonna goose chase each other around the map. Okay, no, that's not gonna happen.
No. I guess it could have, though, and maybe the timer could expire, but... Alright, players are getting a chance to breathe. The game has not been sweaty yet. Heavy armor here. Improved Tarantula, I don't know if it's any good in a spot like this.
It's a really nice card, but I feel like if you're playing long range, then
Yeah.
maybe it's not the spot for tarantulas, sadly.
Yeah, these players love their heavy armors. I'm actually surprised Horrible Will even took so long.
I mean, you've got steel balls. I feel like it's hard to pass.
Yeah.
This is like you have to pick it if you started steel balls, and this shows up on round 2.
Yeah. All right, we got the marksman, the orange man, as they say.
The loot pinata,
He
if you will.
indeed. He does not one-shot the heavy armor steel balls, but he will be handy against that Phoenix.
Does he really not one shot?
Nope.
Wow, he's not even close.
Indeed.
I really thought more of him.
I know, right? Shame on you. I think he's gonna win the round though. He's kind of a beast.
Yeah, no, it's still pretty good.
I mean, the Fangs are going to be annoying for the Arclight to clear. The Phoenixes might be able to kill it before it's done its job. There is a backup, though. Can the backup do his job? No, he's failing. Fired.
Man, the Arclight wasn't smart. It just locked the other Arclight instead of killing the Fang.
I know. If only he had the smart Arclight card. Just completely
Well,
avoided.
And, you know, out of all the titles available to that marksman, I think Loot Pinata is the one that he chose for this round because the Phoenix is leveled.
Oh my god. So it begins.
Round 3 unit reinforcements.
Yeah, what do you like here? I'm not inspired by these
Nothing
choices.
really. It just looks like a temporary pickup into cell.
Yeah, the best money is the Tarantula if you want the money up front, I think. Or
yeah,
wait,
it's worth the same as the Rhino.
Yeah.
It's 400.
Indeed. I feel like the players will be selling. I see a Wraith happening. Let me hide the panel here. That is incredible.
That is Horrible Will.
You know, it's funny too. The most signature thing of Horrible Will is this vertical ball on the line. I don't know if you've seen that a lot from him as well, but
yeah,
like...
I've faced it before.
Yeah.
Into mech div usually as well.
What do you make of this sudden aggro?
It creates opportunities. I don't hate it. Like, the left side of the board is completely empty, so there's definitely something to do there. Plus, it's going to be a big surprise with the double Rhino deployments. Like, suddenly there's, you know, you went from absolutely nothing on that side to absolutely everything on that side.
Yeah, really big surprise factor. I suppose, like, my read is Sako already has a bunch of stuff on the left, so he just needs to add, like, a little bit more, and hopefully he's sort of created parity, so... And the Rhinos don't necessarily scale well either, and also, don't they have big health pools? Somewhat. I guess only 4k.
Yeah, right side this time does seem to be winning for Sako, as I say that. Of course, the tower goes down, and the Phoenixes, unlike the Arclight from last round, did kill both the Arc and the Marksman. So a very nice round for Horrible Will.
Yeah, you definitely love to see that for Horrible Will here. Like, he needs the tempo if he's going to do these kind of crazy plays. Sako's picking up Barrier here. I want to say that's for a Melter, and his threat of multi-melt here, extremely real. I don't know if he would immediately do it or not. He can technically afford it, but it would kill his range significantly.
Yeah, but I think it's... The only reason you buy Melter into Ball Wraith is to multi-melt. Like, normal Melter is awful into this.
I agree. If there was like a level 3 Wraith with like a defensive equipment, like sure, you buy maybe a Melter, but as they're level 1, I have to say it's got to be just for multi-melt, as you said.
And it is just going to be Ball Wraith. I mean, another Wraith picked up, another Steel Ball, range on the Wraith already.
Yep. I mean, this is a nice line. I'm just worried that the sudden aggro puts you in a position with no chaff, and we saw that earlier today with like the Fire Badger sudden aggro with the boats, just had no chaff. Kind of the same story.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why he's probably going to be clicking mech div at some point. So at least he has the crawler spawn from the dead steel balls, and then that'll solve that issue somewhat.
Yeah.
But man, left side looking mighty strong for Sako. Right side still struggling, of course. Those Phoenixes doing a great job of locking the marksman time and time again. But I think the Melter here should be able to survive. It's still full health. Still has that shield as well.
Yeah,
Could
if
be
it
completely
turns...
fine.
Is there a roll he loses? I mean, he might. Nah, he's good.
Surely not.
All right. Well, that's a good initial parry of the sudden aggro. And with multi-melter on the horizon, I think you have to be feeling good as Sako here.
At the same time, Horrible Will is very healthy. 5.2k.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know like how well he can pivot, but he has the hit points potentially to do so. Another Melter picked up. A Steelball on the flank. Yeah, I think we are working our way towards mech div.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of room to misplay this as Sako as well, I feel. Like, there's just so much chaos being created, and there's, like, a lot of volatility with, you know, your melters getting locked on, your towers dying, and there it is. Mech div. That's going to be creating a lot of crawlers here. 5 crawlers per death per ball. I mean, that's, yeah, 20 crawlers per pack.
20.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, this is looking scary already on the right side.
Yeah, why didn't we click energy diffraction?
I don't know. I think he's just scared because of the high hit points. Like, he wants to see it commit a harder into Steelball Wraith so that he doesn't run the risk of, like, clicking Diffrac when his opponent is on 5k hit points and then have to face some type of pivot.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you are right. It does make him lose this round.
I mean, it's hard to feel bad about multi-melt is where I'm coming from. And, like, there was enough balls to say he can't sell out of this. Like, you know, I don't know.
I think that's a fair point. We do get the second rotation of unit reinforcements.
Yeah, I mean, the Vulcan is great.
Yeah, the Vulcan is nice for Sacco. I could see Farseer for Horrible Will. Don't know if he runs Photon, but like that could be good, or EMP.
Yeah, I agree.
Goes for the Phantoms and Cells. Okay.
Huh. Yeah, interesting. Oil being purchased here. I mean, those crawlers are basically completely dead coming out of the ball, so that's nice at least. That should give the multi-melter just complete agency to kill everything over there. Right side, of course, will just continue to lose forever. And so I would like to see either something put over there or just some tower forts.
But man, look at what's happening this round. We've got Diffraction on the Melter. We've got the Vulcan showing up with Scorch. A second one picked up kind of in the middle. Tower level on the right. Range on the steel balls for Horrible Will. Lots of things being picked up.
I like his pattern as well, of just like A, B, all in a like a horizontal line like that. I feel like that just is, if he just keeps continuing this pattern all over his towers, that's just like so hard to deal with. He put some fangs on top as well.
Well, let's see. Also some tower pressure now being applied from the middle.
Here comes the oil. The fire is lit, fam. And the balls just going to instantly spawn nothing, basically.
I mean, the balls are dead for real, for real.
Indeed. I mean, big stabilization. The right side will fall, and maybe the collapse will, like, let him mitigate a bit of damage. Maybe not, though.
No temp range click, though, for Sacco, but looks like maybe that'll be fine. I say that. Final pack of steel balls is doing its absolute best.
Oh my god. The cleanup was insane. Oh my.
Sometimes that's just all you need. The one pack. And Sacco, I mean, he can't afford too many more losses. 1700 still has to chip through 5k from Horrible Will, and it's around 7.
That was the oil turn too?
Yep.
Pretty scary. The nano is not good against the balls, but I think his read is I can kill the balls. He is going to be starting to buy units on the right side here. He just cannot afford to lose a tower. I mean, he's playing it risky, right? He's not fortifying his towers, which of course is logical. You're against balls. It can be a little bit all or nothing. I think he's just also like really tight for cash, right? Like his turns are very non-granular. He needs to be buying 400 cost giants, and you either afford them or you can't. So let's see. He's got 200 left. He's got a fortify on the right, none on the left. Like Wraith Tickle damage could take it down in theory.
I feel like with the double like Vulcans there though, and the range pickup this turn on top of that Scorch, you probably feel like you should be able to win the left side.
Yep, I do agree with that. Like it's scary. Like what you're up against is like you just like cannot get locked on. There's a lot of crawlers coming out. Technically, your rhinos could get your Vulcans could get stuck on, I don't know, armored rhinos or something, but doesn't really seem to be the case. We got sentry missiles coming up for Sako. He knows he's outscaling this. Here it comes. The blue abyss. Is he gonna vertical sweep? No, it's range. Okay. Thought he was cheesing the tower for a second.
Oh, he could have done that, yeah. I mean, he would have to sell a steel ball, I think, but
Yeah. All right. Well, this got exciting.
well, this unit has kind of built up a reputation, even more so than Overlord, for throwing games. So
Sure, yeah.
we'll have to see if that remains true.
Oh my God.
days.
That was 900 supplies deleted in one sweep.
Yeah, that was kind of nasty, and there isn't much chaff left.
Oh
my dude, this is the best hitting
God.
abyss I have ever seen. What? It just lines them all up.
Oh my God.
That's not fair.
I asked you when abyss is bis. This might be it.
That's a ton of damage too. Wait, Sako is now down to 421 hit points.
Oh my gosh. I mean, EMP's great. Range is gone. I'm scared.
Yeah, I don't know what to say either. Like, this is, I have never seen this before. That level 2 Abyss just, like, destroyed everything.
It's just such a great use case. I really like the idea to go for that here. Buying it blue also, it felt like the DPS thresholds were good. The range was absolutely the right call. He has so much meat in front of it with the ball composition. Well, let's see. I mean, the EMP here is very powerful.
We'll at least get rid of that range on the Abyss, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. No dodging's occurring. We've got double beacons, by the way. We get a new Abyss. Where is that going? Finding a home on the left here. Really late, by the way, but maybe that's fine. Swarm missiles coming out. Good against chaff, I suppose. What else do you think that's particularly good against? Like a little bit of tower pressure, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's good as well, just like into stationary targets typically. So I guess it's good into the fangs. Again, yeah, could potentially snipe the tower.
Yeah, interesting. I find it like good against Mustangs, but otherwise not much. But maybe it is just like an anti-chaff.
Well, let's see. Can the Melters find their lock? That Abyss has lost its range, but the other one that's been picked up is still completely fine. First, we gotta get rid of those steel balls and get rid of the mech div crawlers that will spawn from them. The Wraith also have to die. The missiles, though, for now, missing the tower.
This looks kind of good, man, honestly. The Melters are now going to be locking onto the Abyss. Now, technically, they do kind of just get completely deleted, but oh my God, this is actually really close. Oh, how did the tower fall? The swarm missile?
I think so? No way.
Oh
my
no.
God.
Our 501 champion. So unfortunate.
How is that how it ends? That is insane. Oh my God. That round looked so good too.
Indeed. You know, it's funny too. I was praising his AB of, you know, Melter Vulcan. It kind of bit him in the butt, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is like the perfect situation for it, I guess. Just the line of giants, but man, I'm surprised at how well that abyss hit as soon as it came down. I will say Horrible Will, of course, still very healthy, which added to Sacco's problems perhaps, but man,
Yep.
wild.
Wild stuff. I mean, you got to hand it to Horrible Will there. That game started off completely normal, and look what he managed to turn it into and get the win and stay on a high health total. He played that game very well.
Yeah, and basically had no chaff, right? He just used the steel balls with the mech div to be his chaff. And apart from that,
Yeah.
he literally has like his starting fangs and then one on the flank and one to the left, defending his own flank.
Indeed. Well, do we have any 501ers through to the round of 8s? I don't think so, unfortunately. So maybe up to Group D. I don't know at this moment who is in it. But in any case, love the 201 players. They're all fantastic. And we may have, of course, some other great regions, 401, 301. I don't think we've had 101 yet in the tournament, unfortunately. But it'll be exciting to see how Group D does.